On the 11th of January 2011, I was in Saintfield. I was walking up the street with Graham, and we had a fish and chip shop in Saintfield. And just as we got to the door of the diner, Graham was just about to put the key in the door, and I felt dizzy for about 2 seconds. I went to put my hand out to him to say, I don't feel well. But I didn't even get the words out. I just dropped. I had taken a cardiac arrest, which means that my heart had stopped beating and my lungs weren't working. So I was in real trouble. Now, Graham at that stage wasn't trained, so he didn't know what to do. So him in a panic, and how fortunate was I that Michelle McAvoy, who is the school nurse in Sullivan Upper, was driving past, and because there were tarmac in the road, the traffic was slow. Michelle looked round, saw me lying on the footpath, and she shouted over to Graham, can I help? She very quickly got her hands onto my chest and started doing compressions, and she was pumping away in the chest and giving rescue breaths as well. When Phil Batt, who is a first aid trainer, was also driving past and was stuck in the traffic, and he looked round, saw Michelle doing CPR, and he just left his car in the traffic and came over very quickly with a defibrillator. So between the two of them, they got the pads onto me, they analysed heart rhythm as the defibrillator does, and one shock was delivered. Michelle gave me a bit more CPR, and they had me resuscitated and talking to them before the emergency services arrived. One of the senior consultants in A&E kept coming in, and he would come over to me and he'd look at me and he'd go, you just don't know how lucky you are. You just don't know how lucky. I started to do CPR training. I mean, you just couldn't not do it. You had to learn how to do it, and you had to teach people how to do it. I don't come from a medical background, and it was only after all of that experience that I learned more about cardiac arrest and about CPR and about defibrillators. It's really time critical that someone gets the hands on the chest and starts doing those compressions. That is the one thing that buys time for that person. It keeps that oxygenated blood circulating around the body and protects all the vital organs. I would encourage everybody to go and learn how to do CPR. Most out-of-hospital cardiac arrests happen in the home. So the chances are, if you have these life-saving skills, it may be someone that you know and love, a friend or a family member that you may need to save. With cardiac arrest, the CPR buys the time, and then the defibrillator stops the heart and lets it restart in a normal rhythm. Now, that's not to say that everyone will be saved by CPR and by a defibrillator, but you're giving them the best chance you can.